All right, away and off and running we go on the post-game podcast for this, well, I'd say glorious Wednesday. What's Wednesday? What's up, Al?
Oh, hi there, Jerry.
What is that? I asked you last time. What is that sweatshirt again? What is the...
This is a Barstool Sports. They put these out a couple of years
That's
ago.
right. I asked
I,
you last month, too.
I don't
Okay.
know why they had a spaceman as
Okay.
their logo.
Got
there
it.
was a little while where they were using the spaceman. Don't understand.
Fair enough.
But from the look of the shirt, I was like, I need one of those.
Looks like a stormtrooper from here.
Yeah, it's actually a spaceman, Jerry.
Kind of cool looking.
Rami, who works here, sent me a story that he thought you and I would enjoy because we talk about concert ticket prices all the time.
Yes, I read the art. I know what he's referenced.
Yeah.
I had seen this before.
Yeah, I'd seen news stories about this too, that Coachella, I guess, was this weekend. And over 60% of the people who attended Coachella financed their tickets.
Yeah, this is happening more and more. I mean,
We're financing tickets?
People are financing. I did this once when we went to, where did we go? I went to California. I don't remember where we went, but airline tickets were $500 each.
Yeah.
And I'm buying 4 of them, and it was $2,000. And there was an option to, pay it in full like I kind of expected to. But then there was an option to pay in 4 installments. And since we weren't traveling for like 3 months, I'm like, well, why don't I just do this? Like, why do I give them all my money? And I did. And it was paid off before we got on the plane. But I think it was like I want to say I gave him $1,000 up front, and then it was like $333 a month for the next 3 months. So theoretically, I financed that. But I think this is becoming the norm with, like, we've talked about auto loans. Like, at some point, an auto loan is going to start being 10 years.
Yes.
Because cars are becoming more and more expensive. Like, Kim saw an ad for, I won't mention the car, but it was an SUV. Beautiful. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be like 70,000. She's like, how much? I'm like, I think, and when I checked the MSRP, I was a little off. It was 66,000 was the starting MSRP. So if you want something with a lot of, being nicely equipped, it's probably 75,000. I'm like, you do the math. I mean, a 10-year loan is 7,500 annually without any interest. That's $550 a month without interest.
Yeah.
So I think we're getting to a point if concert tickets are going to cost $1,000. Yeah, it doesn't shock me.
It's funny. I don't know if sometimes when I buy stuff online that's not Amazon, like I'll buy something, and it'll, even that, regardless of what it is, I might buy a $40 sweatshirt.
Yeah.
They'll say you can do this in 5 payments.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Shopify, I do know, since we sell our merchandise on Shopify, on my Shopify website, reccosportshop.com, everything on there, because everything's integrated through Shopify and all the payment options that you get for being a member, like, it's not cheap. I think I pay Shopify, I think $50 a month, maybe. When I say not cheap, I mean, people think you have a website and it doesn't cost you anything. Like, there are tons of fees all over the place. That's one of them. And I think I've got one of the better website packages from them. A simple hoodie for us, I think you can pay 3 different times. I'm pretty sure we offer that too, because Shopify offers it.
Yeah, just let everything be a payment. Let's just pay everything.
It's kind of what it is.
Yeah, that's strange.
Well, let me ask you this: when I bought my townhouse, when we first got married, I remember the mortgage. We got a 15-year mortgage because it was a townhouse. Prices weren't crazy. Not only did we do that, we also did the pay every 2-week plan to be paid off sooner than 15 years. But things have escalated so much with the price of everything. I couldn't do that now. I need the payments spread out in a lot of different ways. I can't go buy a car for cash. Not with 2 kids and a mortgage, and there's no way. Would love to go write a check for $40,000. Can't do it.
Well, there's certain things we expect to have a payment on. A car is one of them. You're going to Coachella for the day. Shouldn't be something that you finance. Like, if you can't pay cash to go to Coachella.
Well, what did it cost?
Not sure. But those multi-day things.
Because I think there were thousands of dollars.
Yeah, probably. Just like they do the thing in Asbury Park every year. See Here Now.
Yeah, right.
Tickets are like $600.
Yeah.
No.
Coachella's over, right?
I believe it's over. I believe it was this weekend.
Because that was the thing I saw. People were online for hours and hours. I heard it was not run well.
I did see a clip yesterday. It showed up on my YouTube feed.
Okay.
Like something I might enjoy. It's a guy. It was from Coachella. It was a guy named Benson Boone
Right.
who performed Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen song,
Oh, okay.
with Brian May.
Okay. Who's Brian May?
Brian May was the Queen guitarist.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, I'll watch this. It was terrible.
Was it really?
The guy was
Because
I thought the guy was a terrible singer.
I think he's got. Oh, I'm sure he's got more, but in terms of the masses, I think he's got one really popular song.
Yeah, listen, people were definitely into him. I'm used to when you do a cover of something, it's like there's certain artists, they always say don't cover Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston.
Sure.
I think Queen and Freddie Mercury is on that list too.
Hard to do.
Hard to do.
But who was the guy? Wasn't it Adam Lambert that was touring with them and got rave reviews?
Yeah, I've never watched an Adam
Me
Lambert
neither.
performance, but this guy just did not sound like a singer compared to Freddie Mercury.
Right.
But then I love singers who don't sound like singers. Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Paul Westerberg.
Really, I don't know Paul Westerberg, but
Keith Richards.
Bruce Springsteen to me talks through a song in a very melodic way. I think it's great. It's different.
But they're not like someone you'd say, oh, they have a great singing voice.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he talks very melodically through a song and it works. Bob Dylan, I don't know what he does through a song, but
he does.
I love it. But yeah, it is interesting. Real quick, secondary market for Coachella, $900. And then if you want VIP passes, you're talking $1,500.
$1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kids ain't making that kind of money, and that's who goes to Coachella.
No, of course. I don't even. Yeah, it's always something that sounded cool, but I never got into it.
Yeah, I could not. I cannot go to a festival show.
Yeah, I think at this point in my life, I'm out on that too.
Yeah, we're too old for festival shows. That's for something for young kids.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think I went to one in Jacksonville, Florida, many years ago. This had to be the mid '90s. It was one of the early festival shows, and it was Neil Young was the big person, and Blues Traveler was there.
Okay.
Horde Festival was called.
Nice.
I remember not caring going to that. We took a bus from Tampa.
Yeah, well, you were carefree back then. You're not the same human being.
I was carefree, Jerry.
It's so like I feel like I'm the same person today that I was 30 years ago. I really do. I'm just older. You are a completely different human being.
I know. I used to be fanciful and carefree.
And now you're a little guarded and anxious.
Now I'm very guarded, very anxious, very set
and very
in my
opinionated.
ways, very opinionated, which is good for this type of job.
No, it's fine. But I'm just saying, compared to the way you used to be, much different person.
I know. I was thinking back. Sometimes, I'll look through Google Photos. They'll say, "Oh, in this date in 2017 and 2010," and all these things will pop up that we used to do with Boomer and Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went out with Craig way out on Long Island because he wanted to bowl against these high school girls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we did that in the middle of the day.
You probably
on like a Tuesday.
I was going to say on a Tuesday at noon.
I would never be able to do that now.
Yeah, and you probably did it willingly.
Yeah,
and enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, like I went to the MLB fan cave one time.
How about that?
I was just doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now you've shut it down.
I shut it completely down.
I know you have. I know.
I don't know.
My dad asked me yesterday because after work I went home. I just picked up my son, and we met my dad at the golf course, and we played. And I got home, and I had dinner, and I sat down, I watched TV, and we were playing the round. Oh, my dad's like, he goes, I know, I've listened and I've watched for all these years, but is Al really? He really doesn't. I'm like, he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like he right now is home wondering about when the alarm is going to go off tomorrow.
Yes.
And that's not the negative. That's just what it is.
Yeah. Yesterday I did write a song for Boomer's birthday which is tomorrow. So
hopefully he's here.
Hopefully he's here. I'll do it.
He's not here.
Maybe I'll do it live on the warm-up show tomorrow, and then we'll have
that's a good idea.
Clip to play during.
What point do you think we'll know he's coming in or
not?
His eyes looked horrendous.
Yeah, he definitely has the flu.
Oh, I know he does.
So that's a good question. I already got Phil Simms, who was booked to come in Friday.
Yeah, that's cool.
He postponed until Monday. He goes, I'm not coming in.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
He said, let's give it till Monday. I said, that's a great idea.
The same thing we talk about. Like, there's no policy. Like, you got the flu.
Yeah, you got to stay home for that.
You imagine if I came in with the flu and they got sick?
That'd be a problem.
You'd never live it down.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if I get the flu, I'm not coming in.
No, you
Not
can't.
coming in.
You
Well,
can't.
apparently you can.
Yeah, I say if you get the flu, Jerry, you stay home.
God damn.
I was thinking today sometimes I have like random thoughts as I'm walking to the bathroom here at
Mhm.
work. My random thought today was like you've been here at WFAN for how many years?
January 1997. So
Damn.
28 years.
28 years. I've been here 17 or 18
Mhm.
years. And I was thinking, what technology do you think would have, if I were to come to you in 1997 when you started here, and I
Mhm.
were to tell you that in the future, Jerry, you would have this technology that we have today that you use on a daily basis
Yeah.
here at work. What do you think would have been most shocking?
I'll tell you what I think would be most shocking. The ability to live stream video to the masses instantly. That
Yeah, like right now, if you decided you wanted to go urinate and you wanted to film
I
it,
could.
showing us your wiener and everything,
Yeah.
you could.
You could do it on Twitter. You can go live on Twitter, though I don't know how many
Instagram,
people see that. Instagram as well.
YouTube.
And YouTube, if you've got at least 50 subscribers on your channel, you can go live and you can post anything.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
In 1997, I still had the little camcorder. I mean, hell, even I say 1997 when Matthew was playing travel baseball, gotta be he's 20 now. So this was probably when I started recording his games when he was 11 or 12. So we're talking like even like 9, 10 years ago, I was still using the camcorder and putting it into my Dropbox, the games in my Dropbox. Now I've obviously years have gone on and things have changed, and you've got the GoPro or right on your phone, right up to Google Photos, and you can edit stuff together. Like it used to be, if you were going to get into film or video editing, you needed this huge setup. I remember taking video classes in college in 1996, 97, 98. Like you would go into this control room and you needed to know all these programs and you had to be taught how to do it. Now you can self-teach yourself by watching YouTube and literally put together something that, like I said, looks professional, but it's passable.
Pretty professional.
And so I would say that I think the phone was already in 1997. I already had a phone for
But it
sure.
wasn't like what it
It wasn't a computer in your pocket,
yeah,
that's
it
for
wasn't a
sure.
computer.
But you were texting in 97. I wasn't. I was not.
I was not either.
But I do know, well, maybe you weren't. Maybe
No, not 97.
no, maybe it was more like 2005. You know what? I'm way off on that. I still think the ability to be able to broadcast yourself to however many people could find you, I think would still shock me. But maybe the phone, I don't know.
Well, definitely. Well, the phone includes all of those items. So the
True.
phone itself,
True.
like if I would have dropped that on your desk when you were like
Yeah.
getting sound ready for Mike Breen for the IMA show, and I dropped this like
Yeah.
thing on your desk, I said, "Look, check this out, Jerry. I got this from a space alien. You can go live with this thing.
I might have agreed. Right.
It's a camera. It is
To record an audio recording
yeah.
device. It's a map.
You could listen to think of any song you want right now. I'll find it on something.
I think you're probably right. I guess it would be the phone more so than what I just said. That's probably true.
Any question you want answered.
Right. I wasn't even thinking of the AI part of it. Yeah.
Amazing.
It is amazing.
That is the most amazing. Like,
yeah,
that telephone should cost $20,000
for what it does.
Yeah, for what it does.
Yeah.
But I guess because they collect our data, Jerry, and use it.
The phones aren't, but you know what? They're not 20 grand. But if you just walk in and buy a phone these days, and I don't mean an Acme phone. I mean, you go get an iPhone or even like the Galaxy, they're $1,000 now or more.
They're a little more. I think they're like 12, 1,300.
Right. Like they're with all the capability and everything they do. And by the way, people finance those too.
Oh, for sure.
So they're starting to get up there in price, but kind of the same way I sit there and say, we complain about airfare. I mean, you want to drive to California?
I do not.
I'm sorry, $500 for you to take me 3,000 miles in 5 hours seems like a bargain.
Yeah, that does seem like a bargain.
You know,
we got used to a certain price though for that, and that's what
so.
makes it crazy. Where we
No
go,
question.
this is I can't believe I have to pay.
But what it's doing is remarkable.
Yeah,
and the phone's the same thing. So maybe at some point phones will be $20,000. I don't know that we'll see that.
I hope not,
but it's certainly possible.
They tend to get cheaper.
Yeah, but they're still on the way up right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're there yet. And I think the more they start doing, I do believe the more expensive they're going to get.
Yeah. It's amazing that they generally don't break unless you drop it.
Right. And
like
even then, and they still work.
Yeah, they'll still work.
Might
Even like,
shatter the screen.
yeah, shattered screen. Like that's a computer, like
You
you
drop it
said.
in the toilet, though, it's gonna be shot.
Yeah. I gotta say, I have, and I'm not gonna knock on wood because I have an old phone. I have never cracked a screen.
No, really.
Never.
Every one of mine.
Really.
Everyone, yeah. The one I have now has been cracked since I'm not even joking. I picked up the phone, I traded it in, got a new Galaxy maybe, I don't know, a year and 10 months ago. I don't know, something like that because it was the end of the summer. I think it was August of 23 is when I got this phone. And we went to our friend's house, which was not, I mean, we drove there, but it was literally half a mile away. And we were there. Kim was having nothing to drink. I was having a blast. Are you ever somewhere where you end up in a crowd where one person dominates the conversation
Yes.
and has no interest in anything else? We're having a good time. These people show up within 5 minutes. This woman is not shutting up. So I'm like, I picked up, knowing how close we were, knowing that Kim wasn't drinking, and my son was having a blast. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go. She's like, what do you mean you're gonna go? I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm like, I've had enough. She goes, why? I'm like, I'll tell you later. I'm gone. And it was just a big old wave. See you, everybody. I'm like, oh, where's he leaving at 9:30? I had way too much to drink. It was dark, and I tripped over an elevated sidewalk piece.
Walking home.
Walking home, I went down. Phone went flying, literally 20 feet in front of me on the side on the pavement. Still works, but it's been literally. I had it like 3 days. It's been cracked ever since.
So you always have a cracked phone.
Yes, I've always had a cracked phone.
We always talk about Tommy in the Mix, Tommy Lugauer.
Gotta have it.
Back when he was a single man, he's married now. When he was a single man, he said you would look for girls in the club with a cracked phone because it meant they were in the mix. Like,
Why is that?
well, just that they were.
I'm not sure I understand the correlation.
Just like if a girl had a cracked phone, it meant she was a little kind of chaotic, and they probably
Okay.
thought she was a little more available for dating.
Maybe she just tripped over the sidewalk like I did.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe she's chaotic. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was a thing. They would like look
Interesting.
for girls with cracked iPhones.
All right.
There used to be that ad. It still pops up on social media sometimes, where someone will post it, where it was like a Radio Shack ad from like 1990,
Mm-hmm.
and it's selling all these different products that your phone now does. Had everything. It was like a record player,
Yeah.
telephone, camcorder,
A Marantz,
right?
right? Audio recorder.
Everything, right? Everything. That's
Yeah.
why I try to. And people complain now, be like, they put out a new iPhone. It doesn't do anything different. I don't know what else there is to do.
The only thing it can do is when you order the pizza, it can spit it out one of the holes in the in the
Yeah.
microphone. Other than that, I'm with you. The only thing I think that's left, but I think it would come off the watch, is the hologram phone call. We've
Yeah.
talked about that before. I really do think that is technology that they have. They just haven't released it yet. I think that's probably the next big thing.
Yeah, the hologram phone call.
I do. Now, I don't love it because to me, we're getting too invasive, but I do think that could be next. Like, I don't even like FaceTime or, I have Google Chat or anything. I don't even use those.
Yeah.
I'm good. You want to call me or text me. I don't need the video. We're good.
Yeah, it is weird that like when we always thought about the video phone calls, like that was always a thing that was coming in the future. And we thought everyone's going to use it. I think I don't know if younger people use it.
I don't know. The only time we use it in my house is when my son goes on vacation with his friends. He will FaceTime us a couple times during the week just to let us know he's alive and well and just to say, hey, but like on a daily basis, not at all.
Yeah, the only time I'll use it is like if it's like somebody's birthday in the family,
Yeah, it's cool.
and I'll FaceTime in,
Mm-hmm.
wave, sing
Yeah.
happy birthday. That's it though.
And that's because it's on the party's on a Sunday and you don't feel like leaving your place.
Correct.
And you just rather just show face that way.
Yeah, like I got Easter coming up this Sunday, Jerry. I'm gonna have to go to my sister's on a Sunday.
What do you stay until noon?
Well, she's
Gonna get there for breakfast.
I'm like, I go, what time? She goes, everyone's gonna be
3.
here. Yeah,
I knew it.
2:30. 2:30. I'm ready to pack it in.
It's it's an us issue, man. When I grew up, everything on Sundays was done at 3, 4 o'clock, and be over by 7:30. But no one had to get up before 6:30 the next morning. It really is. I feel bad. Like when my mom does stuff, I always tell her, I'm like, hey, do it whatever time you want. I'm like, but we're coming over a little early, and I'm not staying till 6:30. I'm just not. She knows 6 o'clock is my cutoff, and I'd prefer to be out by 5:30 so I can get home by 6 and give myself an hour and a half to relax before I go lay down and start the week. It's hard though because we are not the norm.
Yeah, and I don't ever expect the family to adjust. They do try sometimes, like if it's a kid's birthday or something, they'll try to do it on Saturday.
Yeah,
But like when the holiday actually falls on the Sunday, like Easter,
it is what it is.
it is what it is. And I'll probably bail before dinner.
Yeah.
And they'll be, no, it's almost ready.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
like,
it.
I'm good.
I gotta go. Don't worry about me. I'm
Yeah.
fine.
I am good.
I got beef sticks in the car.
But then I never, even if I get a quick dinner, no dessert.
Yeah. Well, you don't want it anyway.
I will have dessert at a family gathering.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Okay. That's your one time to allow yourself to go.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
But
We were at Topgolf the other day for my son's birthday. I went out with my parents for his birthday Friday. Then Kim's mom and her sister on the Sunday. We went down there. This is what we're talking about. 2:30 down in Mount Laurel.
oh my gosh. Yeah.
But it was fine because it was I booked 2 hours, which was plenty. And I was home by 5:30. It was all
Oh,
good.
so you were golfing at the Top Golf down there?
We went down there. It was perfect because they had the Masters on, and he loves golf, but not, they don't play, but they love Top Golf. So it worked out beautifully. But it was one of those where by the time I got home, it was, it's 5:30. But I was going to say, I've done a good job of staying away from the sweets for a really long time now. But boy, he ordered this cookie sundae thing, which initially I'm like, whatever. But it came out. What they did was it was like it was vanilla ice cream with a little bit of chocolate syrup, but instead of it being like on a plate on top of a cookie, it was cookie chunks in the ice cream.
Mm.
Like, dude.
You had to have some
And
of that.
he ate
It's his
like a
birthday.
lot for lunch, so he had some and he left it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's $7. I'm eating it.
Yeah, you have to eat it.
It was delicious.
I will not waste food at a restaurant. I'm eating it.
All right, but what about if they're going to bring it home?
If you're bringing it home, I'm
That's
okay with
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Although Gina's classic for bringing something home and it
not
just
eating
sits in the fridge. That pisses me off.
Yeah, it's a waste.
I could give it to my dog.
Especially
She will love it.
At least someone eats it.
Yes.
And B, what everything costs now. You don't want to
Yes.
waste it.
Exactly, Jerry.
I know. I get it.
All right, let's do the warm-up show. We did that this morning. We'll be back here tomorrow on a
Thursday.
Thursday. Oh, kick ass, Jerry.
Thursday.
Kick ass.
Yeah, how about that?
So